If you change the way you look at things, the things you're looking at will change. Hey guys, how we doing today? Today I don't got much planned, but I wanted to spend some time and talk about really just focusing on the little things in life. A lot of the times, us people get so busy with what we're doing and trying to focus on the bigger picture, always the bigger picture. What is again the outcome of today going to be? What is my goal in 5 years? Now, although all that is good, but a lot of us, and I notice myself as well, get so consumed with it that we overlook the little things in life, like the little moments of if you have kids, when they come up to you and just hug your leg, or if you don't, just doing those things, like maybe your mom or your dad or your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, brother, sister, that friend that means something to you, just sits there and goes, you know what, I really appreciate our relationship, our friendship. It's those little things, those little moments where you just go, wow, that's pretty awesome, and it kind of makes you think a little bit sometimes on what you're contributing or what's being brought to you, and sometimes it makes you step back and go, man, a lot has happened. And I noticed myself, I get so caught up in trying to figure out the bigger picture or the bigger things in life and not really focusing on those little moments, those little times in life that are just so blissful. I want to share a story with you that's happened in my personal life. So like I said in a video before, my wife and I met in high school, and we ended up getting married after I graduated boot camp and my job training for the Marine Corps, which was School of Infantry. It was honestly that very first weekend after School of Infantry that I was in the real Marine Corps that my wife and I got married. And I remember to this day, my gunny goes, "Are you sure you want to get married your first weekend in the Marine Corps?" And I said, "Yes, gunny, I do." And he goes, "Man, you need to live life a little bit." But my situation was unique. See, I've been with this lovely woman who's now my wife since freshman year of high school. So at that time, we were reaching our 5-year mark of being together. Now, once we got married, we had it wasn't all peaches and cream. Of course it was, but it's life, You're going to have your high moments, you're going to have your low moments. And it just so happened that 6 months into our marriage, I ended up getting deployed for 9 months. And during those 9 months, that's when you look back and you go, man, we had a lot of great little memories. We have a lot of things. And it's kind of funny how every single time you're apart from that person or that object or that moment, that memory, those little moments and those memories become so much more than what they seem to be at that time. They're more of a treasure, more of a little gem of your memory, instead of going, oh yeah, I've been to Disneyland or I've been here. Sure, you may have had that, but who did you go with? Who was that person that made that memory that's so great for you? But anyways, when I got back from deployment, my wife and I decided to try for our kid. And it took a little bit to go, but I remember when I was in Yuma for 3 weeks, after a couple months of being home, I was home for probably about 2 months, and then we got sent to Yuma for 3 weeks to do training exercises. And now you're not supposed to have your phone in the field, or at least using it while you're in the field. But each night, usually the married guys would take their phones out, and if they could, without getting caught by the higher-ups, would do what we called the cell phone walk, where you're walking around with your thumbs or your phone up in the air, trying to find service because you're out in the middle of the desert with no good service. Well, I remember one night in Yuma where I was doing this cell phone walk, and I finally got service, and I got a text message from my wife. And I said, "Guess what?" And I was like, "Oh, great." So I'm holding my phone up, and I was like, well, that's a little weird of a message to respond to right off the bat, but okay. "What?" Question mark. And that's when she replied, "Congratulations, you're going to be a dad." I just dropped my phone. I fell down to my knees, and I was just so overwhelmed with joy and happiness that I was going to be a dad. Once I was able to pull myself together, I got up and was able to run over to my buddies that were sleeping in the little sleep area next to me. And I couldn't contain myself. I was expressing it to everybody, and they were just so happy for me. And the next day, I mean, my gunny was a little upset with me for using my phone in the field, but you know, they were telling me congratulations and stuff, so it's pretty cool. And now let's fast forward to today, where I'm sitting here talking about appreciating the little moments. These little moments in life, no matter if it's with kids, with your family, with a friend, with whatever, these little moments in life are so crucial to appreciate because they come and go just like a wave in the ocean. I mean, I guess my point is not to be so overwhelmed or so stressed out about getting the bigger picture done. Yeah, get it done. But if you're feeling that overwhelmness, or if you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed out or whatever, take a step back for a moment. Take a breather and look at the little accomplishments you've done to get to where you're at now. And look at the adventure that's going to be coming on for the future events that you're doing. I was told this one time by one of my commanding officers. If you change the way you look at things, the things you're looking at will change. So what that means is if you're looking at something that's coming up and you're really anxious about it, or you're kind of not looking forward to it because it's not going to be fun, or whatever the case is, if you look at that and go, man, I really don't want to go to, I don't know, my high school reunion because it's going to be so boring and I used to get picked on by the kids or whatever. If you let it go, you know what? I want to go to the high school reunion because I get to go see my old friends, or I get to relive my old memories, or whatever. So by doing that, you take a negative look at it and you change it to a positive thing, because you're not focusing or dwelling on the negativity of it. You're looking and being optimistic. So with all of that being said, I have my question of the day is a two-part question. Question number one is, what are some things that you can do to change the way you look at things to improve the vibe, if you will? And part two is, what are some steps you can do to make sure you don't miss those little moments, to make sure that you can really appreciate everything that's going on and living life to the fullest? I'll post the questions in the description below. Make sure you guys stop by and leave a comment down below, so that way maybe someone else can take a look and gain some ideas from you, or you can gain some ideas from someone else. And last but not least, thank you for coming by and watching this video. Please leave a comment down below. Make sure you like this video if you actually liked it, and subscribe to see more daily content. Thank you guys, and Carpe Diem. I don't know what to say. This daily vlogging thing is a lot harder than it looks. I'll post those questions in the comments below. It's definitely called a description.